Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be unboxing Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. This is the fourth out of 6 games that I picked up at Gen Con 2024. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm ready to unbox Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. I've never played a Gloomhaven game, but I've been interested. I don't feel like I have a ton of time for campaign games right now, but I just wanted to know more about Gloomhaven because it seems cool, so this seemed like a great entry into the series. I didn't know from looking online when I'd seen this advertised. I didn't realize how small it was. This is like a very tiny box. It's about the size of the box for a Gentle Rain. So the plastic is a little bit open on this one because at Gen Con, if you bought it, they gave you 2 promo cards. So they just kind of slid it into the bottom here. So let's get this plastic off. So each of these cards is like a mission. I think there's 20, missions in this campaign, or levels, or I'm not sure what they're called. And these bring it to 22. So these are 2.5 and 5.5 for what that's worth. And I guess it's called Buttons and Bugs because it's like in the Gloomhaven universe, but I don't know, you're shrunk down or something, so everything's very tiny. So I saw it like on a display table and thought it would be great for me as an entry point, great for this channel. It's solo only. I didn't realize that. I thought it supported maybe multiplayer as well, but it's solo only. The rule book is 36 pages, but it's pretty small. It looks like there's some pictures and examples. There are, what did they call these? Micro minis, some very small mini standees. Let's see, probably count them out here. I don't know if these are enemies or your character, probably your character. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, very, very small. But looking at it up close, the detail's actually pretty good. These are very nice. Let's see what else we've got in here. I don't really know what to expect. I don't know if I'll play the whole campaign on this channel because I don't really know how long it is, but the individual levels were much shorter than I expected. I think the person I talked to said 10 to 15 minutes. Maybe it was 15 to 20, but I thought they would still be long. I thought it might be like 45 minutes to an hour and a half. So it looks like there's a little die here. It has plus, what's on the opposite side? Plus, minus, minus, and 0, 0. And there are 5 dials. 4 of them look like health dials, red, blue, purple, and green. And this one has a droplet on it. I don't know if that's water or blood or what. I wonder how you turn this dial. Oh, I see. There you go. Oh, they're 2 pieces. So what does this go up to? 18. 10 to 18. These are, I assume, all the same. 1 to 9. Oh, and then 10 to 18 on the back. Okay, neat. So there's some dials, some cubes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white cubes, and then 1 cube for each of these colors: purple, green, blue, and red. And the rest of this, oops, appears to be cards, but oh, they've got some multi-layer cardboard here. Wasn't expecting that. So you can put a cube here and advance it on this track, and that presumably does some things. Oh, and then here's the minus, the 0, and the plus. So I guess you roll the die, and depending on where this is at, you get the result that it says. That's just a complete guess. I've never played. I haven't looked at the rule book. I don't know. And then there are 4 of these where perhaps you can slot a card into them, and again, 0 and minus and plus, and you roll. So I don't know. I wonder if these are for enemies, and maybe you can have up to 4 enemies on the map at a time. Okay. And, oh, we've got some cardboard punch-outs. Not very many. 3 times 4 is 12, so 24 punch-out pieces. Little squares. And then what are in these card packs. So I think these are maybe your action cards. I feel like you play some cards and you take the top action from one, the bottom action from the other. And these come in a few colors. So it's possible that's what these are. Oh, and they're double-sided as well. Okay. How about this pack of cards the same size? I think these are probably for your enemies. I bet that's what goes there. And yeah, looks like purple, red, blue, green, oh, pink, yellow. Okay, there's more colors. I don't know what some of these other things are. Oh, it looks like replacements for these. Like maybe those are defaults, and then you can replace them with something else. All right. Looks like the stack goes this way. So there's a lot of cards here. These might be like weapons or something. It looks like more two-part actions. I suppose I could check real quick and see if there's a component list. Getting started, character setup. Maybe there's not. Scenario setup. I guess that's what they're called, scenarios. I think there's 20 scenarios. Yeah, this looks like it's really strictly a how to play. I don't see anything about components. And actually it says for the full rules, read the digital rule book, which is kind of a pain. I wish I would just put it all there. Let's see if I can get this open. Always the hardest part, opening the plastic wrapped cards. All right, I won't admit how long that took. You would not believe it. I don't know what the heck these are. Oh, these might be enemies. I really don't know how to play. Oh, and then scenario deck. Okay, so here's the scenarios, and maybe don't grab the last one, huh? Let's grab one. Here's the first scenario. So I think you kind of just read this top paragraph. Here's some story. Here's a little bit of setup. You flip it over, and there's a little hex grid on here, and so you can move your character around it, and the different spaces do different things. And then if you complete the scenario, you flip it back over, read the text on the bottom, and then it tells you where to go next. That's my impression of this. So I can take these two promo cards, 2.5. This is scenario 1. Scenario 2. So here's 2.5. And then I need 5.5. 3, 4, 5. 5.5. I wonder if they'll release more bonus ones in the future. But yeah, it looks like it goes up to 20. And then there's a reference sheet at the back. Okay, well, this looks pretty cool. I think it's a great entry point, as I said, for me into the Gloomhaven universe because the commitment is small, like roughly the size of a button or a bug, right? So let's pack this back up. Cards, punch boards, I will handle later. I hope it's okay if these get a little shuffled. I don't know what they are yet. I guess they're still in order, but they're going to get a little bit mixed. I'll have to find a way to store these so that they don't get all mixed up. Maybe the die can fit between them, just barely. That might keep the piles separated. And rule book and pieces. Okay, well, that all went back in pretty well. So that is Gloomhaven, Buttons, and Bugs. Again, I know nothing really about Gloomhaven or the Gloomhaven universe, or even if it takes place in the same universe as the other game, Frosthaven. I don't know if they're totally separate or if they're integrated or what, but I'm looking forward to finding out. If you've played anything in the Gloomhaven or Frosthaven series, let me know in the comments. I would be curious. And if you've happen to play Buttons and Bugs as well as some of those other games, I'd really like to know your experience. Is this a good entry point in your opinion, especially if I'm not trying to dedicate a lot of time to playing a giant campaign right now? And if anyone's maybe started with this and then moved on to something like Jaws of the Lion or the full Gloomhaven or Frosthaven, let me know how that went too. I'm really curious. But again, this is the fourth of 6 games that I picked up at Gen Con 2024. This is the point in the video where you can subscribe, like, share, and leave comments, as well as head over to the Ko-fi page. That's ko-fi, link in the description. But that is it for this time. Thank you so much for watching Table for One, and I will see you in the next video.